Welcome to Narrowboat Precious Jet. My name is Steve Tyrrell, and you currently join us at Swan Lane Wharf, Swan Lane, Coventry, on the Coventry Canal. Today is Tuesday the 10th of May. I didn't make a video last week, although you guys didn't miss out because I filled the gap with an extra video that I'd made the week before. So last week I wasn't at the boat last week. Well, technically I did come to the boat, but it was only to drop off some parts that I'd bought, some cable trays and stuff. I'll show you them in a minute. This week's going to be wiring again. I need to get the wiring done as soon as possible, really, or make it safe at least anyway, the lighting wires and all the other stuff safe so that I can use the boat. The idea then is while I'm working in Coventry during the week I can live on the boat, and I'd like to get out and do some cruising while I'm living on the boat as well during the week. So yeah, so let me show you what I've bought and then we'll crack on with the video. I think the first jobs this week will be fitting two 13 amp plugs. And then it's going to be just running around the lighting circuit and finding out what wires are live and what wires aren't, and why aren't they, and if I can, well, to see if I can make them live. So okay, join along, hope you enjoy. If this is your first visit, glad to have you along. If this is not your first visit and you're not subscribed, then please consider doing so. And also, if you've got anything you'd like to say, even if it's just to say hello, I always answer back. Please comment down below. And if you enjoy the video, give me a thumbs up. Okay guys, thanks very much, see you in a minute. Okay, so what have we bought? So we bought some terminal covers for the batteries. We've got some more mega fuses, although these, as they've turned out, are a bit too small for what I need, so they're no good. And I've also bought some USB sockets to put around the boat. These were quite cheap. I only bought these to see what they're like and see if they're any good. And then I'll fit them if they are, or I won't if they're not. These I already had, so they're just in the box staying out of the way. The other thing I bought was some cable trays. You can see them down there. I bought 8 of them. That's so that all this wiring at the top of the boat here, I'm going to fit in cable trays. That's all going to be fitted in trays and neatly put out the way. And then I was saying earlier about making the lighting wires safe, so these all need to have the bootlace ferrules fitted, and they also need to have Wago clips connected, so I can have a 3-way Wago connecting all that together, nice and neat, nice and safe, nice and neat. Same with these as well, this side, and there's a couple down the end of the boat that need doing as well, so that's that. And another job this week is having a damn good tidy up. So I have decided I'm not going to reuse this stuff. I was going to try and save it and reuse it, but I'm not. I am going to fit boards at the front there, just a thin board or thin ply to cover up the front, and then paint it possibly. Not too sure yet, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay. And obviously, first job of the day, get the kettle on. Gotta have a cup of coffee in the morning, haven't you? Right, so the 2 plugs I have, one is for here to plug into the inverter, and the other one is to go on the end of this wire here that will take one of those plug sockets is power from the inverter, and the other one will be power from shore, and whichever plug you plug into, that will then go up to the RCD box and then get distributed around the boat for 240 volt. This is all going to get tidied up down here. This is all, a lot of this will disappear, you won't see it. It's going to be nice and neat, and I need to fit a small cable tray up the side here to run up to the fuse box up there. So today I'm just going to do the fuses, and perhaps I'll look at the lighting circuit and see what plugs or see what wires for the lighting circuit are live and see what wires aren't. Okay. Okay, that's the next one done, look. Nice and neat, just got to put the cover on. 13 amp fuse, cable clamped, looking good. Okay, and then that will just plug into one or the other, depending on whether I've got shore power or inverter power. Obviously there'll be a cover on the back. Well, I'm going to put the cover on now. Okay, lovely. Okay, that's kind of scuppered my plans a little bit, because as you can see in there, look, these Wago connectors, they're designed for single strand wire, the stuff you'd wire the house up in the UK with. So you get your wire, it's got 3 sets of wire inside, a positive, a negative, and an earth, and it's just a single, each part of the wire is a single cord. It's not multi-cord like this. See how that's multi-cord or multi-wired? It's just single wire, and these Wago connectors are designed to fit with single wire. And when I'm using these for the big wires, I have to use these green ones. They're quite big for the fat wires, and they don't fit inside the Wago connectors, which is a shame. It's an absolute pity, because it means these big wires here that are used for the lighting circuit on the boat, I can't use Wago connectors, which is a bit of a shame. What a pity. Okay, I shall have to go back to using these things. But the only good thing is about using those, once the cable is inside, once that's pushed all the way in, I don't know if I can do it one-handed now, look. Just put it on its end. Once that cable goes all the way in, look. What it would if I hadn't screwed it far enough. Anyway, suffice to say, once the cable goes all the way in, it's fully insulated. Give me a second, I'll show you. Okay, so now you can see that as I've got the bootlace ferrules on, you can't see any bare wires now. They're all hidden, completely hidden. So that's, although I don't like the chocolate block connectors, that's a lot safer than it was. That's a lot safer than it was. So yeah, that's a bit of a setback, but never mind, we will manage. God, look at the state of the boat. Poof, just like that, it's the next day. Didn't get can't talk today. Didn't get a great deal done that I wanted to yesterday. Hang on, let me open the hatchway so you can see what I'm doing. So you can see me at least, if nothing else. There you go. Didn't get a great deal done as I wanted to get done yesterday. Had one of those days where I just really couldn't get into the work groove, or the ethic, what we're going to call it. Today I'm feeling much the same, as always, but we'll spend a couple of hours at the boat. That's all I'm going to be here for today, is a couple of hours. I did run some wires through yesterday. I don't know whether I showed you that or not, but we're just going to keep cracking on, making things safe. That's all I'm doing today, is making things safe, making things safer, should I say. Okay, let's crack on and see how far we get. It's much the same as what I did yesterday, which is just adding bootlace ferrules and perhaps chucking a bit of wires, chucking a few wires here and there into the boat. God knows I've cut enough out so far. Okay, let's see how far we get. Halfway through, everything's been tied. Look, it's not pulled tight yet, or zipped up tight if you want to call it that. It's all getting there slowly, just trying to work out where cables should be in the tray. Some of the cables are in nice and tight. Look, you can just see the solar cables coming through there, and we've also got the 240 volt cable there. That's running down to the end. That's nice and neat now. I mean, I'm not going to win any awards for neatness and electrical engineering awards or anything like that, but it's a damn sight better looking and a damn sight safer than it was. Well, crack on. I'll show you when it's finished. Well, when this side's, I don't think it'll ever be finished. It's a bit like the Forth Road Bridge. I'll show you how far I get in a bit. Okay. See where the 240 volt cable comes through the roof here. It didn't come through it comes over the roof through a tube. So that's the after. Quite neat. One in a tray, zip tied up, nice and neat out of the way. These wires here are for lights. I'm not sure how much cable I'll need, so I'll trim that as and when I need to. So the before. This is the before. I don't know how well you can see that. But it's just cable tied to a cable clip up on the roof. And that's all it ever was before, was just cable tied up. So that looks a lot better now, I think, than it did. A lot safer as well. Yeah, so it's looking good. Weather ain't looking good though. Oh gosh, look at that cobweb. Yeah. Look at that cobweb. Yeah. No, the weather's not looking great at all. Let's have a quick look outside. Yeah, it's absolutely hammering down. Right, I have made a start on the other side now. But time's cracking on and I need to go home and go to bed. So I will finish this tomorrow. Yeah, made a mess as well, look. It's everywhere. Oh well. Okay, right, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, have fun. Okay, back at the boat, Thursday, May the 12th. Before we start today, kettle's on, we'll have a cup of tea. Time for another cup of tea. That's all nice and neat down that side. That's also nice and neat down that side. And these dangly wires here, these are for lights. So they're for the lights. I've got to put ends on these ones yet and a couple of others. The yellow one is for a 240-volt socket. And I've just been tidying up a little bit in the engine room as well. So you've got a little bit of track in here now as well, or tray work as well. And that runs through into the back of the boat as well. These are for lights. There'll be some other wires running down here yet because I'm having all the controls for the engine at the back of the boat here. Well, not the controls for the engine, but things like the tunnel light and the horn, and that's what these wires here all run to. And then the thick ones there are for lights. There'll be no wires running along the top of the boat that side. The wires on this side of the boat under here I'm going to have under the gunnels, and they're going to be the feed. The only wire will be on this side under the gunnels will be the feed in from the 240-volt socket on the back of the boat, which I fitted the wrong socket. In the last video someone piped up, went, oh, you do realise that's the wrong, you've got the you've got the male version rather than the female version. So yeah, so that's all good. Right, cup of coffee and then see what other jobs. I think I'm going to do the tray work up here next in the engine room. And I also want to go down and start tidying up that stuff down there. So, but whether I do that today or tomorrow, we'll see. We'll see. Today is Friday the 13th actually, and there's PJ in his boat. Morning, PJ. Yeah, cup of tea would be great. Great, thank you. So we're just working out the socket now. Just trying to wire the socket in that does the washing machine under there. So we're just separating the cables, pulling the old cables out and about to run the new cables in. Going to use the yellow Arctic cable. It's a bit heavy duty for this, but it's okay. It'll do the job. I don't know how much you're going to see, but I've managed to get the power cable through. I taped it to one of my other cables that I was pulling out, and pulled it through that way, and it seemed to work. So all I'm going to do now is, once I've got this black tape off, I've got my socket, so I'm going to wire that up, stick the socket back on, and that's just a socket for the washing machine, nothing else. It's purely there just for the washing machine. So that's that done. So, well, not done, but just going to wire that up now. Lovely. That was it came through easier than I thought. Couldn't have asked for it to come through any better. That was really well done. Not on my part, but on the part of the cable, it came through nice and easy, you know. So. Right, quick walk through the boat now before I go home. So all of the light circuits now have bootlace ferrules, and all the positive sides are now capped off, look, with chocolate blocks, or direct connectors, what you're going to call them. So that's all nice and neat. It says you get them all capped off. This one isn't, look. 2 minutes, that'll be done. So that's all the lighting circuit now fixed. I need to take that one off as well still, sorry, and have a look at that, make sure that's safe. But apart from that, that's the lighting circuit now safe for me to happily power it up and get some lights fitted on the boat. And then once the lights are working and I've finished the 240 box down here next week, that's when I can start thinking about moving aboard the boat, you know. So but yeah, it's all looking good. We're getting there slowly. Didn't get as much done this week as I really wanted to, but isn't that the way? Isn't that always the way, how things happen? So this here is just waiting to be ripped out. Quickly show you something. All this wire here, and down here, all that wire there. Okay, let's go up to the back of the boat. The front of the boat actually, and that box full of wire there, that's all wire, excess wire that I've took out of the boat that was not needed. Whether it was wired up for duplicate circuits for stuff, I don't know, but that's all stuff I've taken out that's not needed in the boat. So yeah, lots of wire gone. Okay then, thanks for watching. Sorry it's been a bit of a boring video with it just being wiring stuff this time, but that's the way it goes sometimes, isn't it? You know, you're going to have boring videos, you're going to have exciting videos. So, but unfortunately, this is probably a boring video. So, but it's stuff that it's essential work that needs doing before I can move aboard the boat. The wiring has to be safe. There's no way I'm going to risk sleeping on a boat where wiring is not safe. Yeah. So once I started looking at the actual wires and the quality of the work done before, I soon realised that I had to do something about the way things were done. You can't have bare wires exposed and things like that. So, and also on the 240 volt circuit there was no earth lead. So if you did happen to short a circuit out, it wouldn't trip because you need the earth lead to trip out. So that's what causes the trip. Okay, like I said, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you're watching and you're not subscribed, then please consider doing so. It doesn't cost you a penny. It's just a way of YouTube notifying you then that I've released a new video. Also, if you've enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. The more thumbs up I get, and also the more comments I get, the more YouTube will promote my videos to people just like you. So like I said, thumbs up and comment down below. Even if it's just to say hi. I do love your comments. I'll always answer back. Yeah, and that's about it, I think, guys. Okay, see you on the next video. Take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and I'll see you soon. Okay, take care. See you, bye.